Please stand if you are able for the singing of our national anthem performed by the University of Indianapolis Schola Music Choir under the direction of Richard Gamble.
Whose broad stripes and bright, whose broad
Please be seated. Good afternoon, and welcome to the investiture ceremony of Dr. Tanuja Singh as the 10th President of the University of Indianapolis. I did an intentional pause there for two reasons. One, because of the rightfulness of the applause for this situation, but two, for those who may have been here for our introductory meeting this last fall, as I introduced the President, I introduced her as the President of the United States. And so I wanted to make sure I did this correctly this time. My name is Chris Pluff, and I serve as the Provost and Executive Vice President here at the University of Indianapolis. And today I have the honor of being the Master of Ceremonies for our celebration. As a university proudly affiliated with the United Methodist Church, we display our heritage as an ecumenical institution of many faiths, joined together by the common bond and value of the search for knowledge and truth, a value inherent in the finest tradition of what it has always meant to be United Methodists, or members of its forerunner denominations. For our invocation today, we will have prayers from a few of the faith traditions represented among our students and alumni.
Om Bhurbuhaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodaya.
ربنا أعطنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, שנתן מחוכמתו לבשר ודם. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. אמן.
I'm Dwayne Johnson. I'll be speaking for all followers of Christ. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, please allow your blessings to cover Dr. Singh and allow it to flow over the entire campus and the community of the University of Indianapolis. Lord, do not only give Dr. Singh the strength to lead and correct, but the strength to listen and connect. Lord, thank you for blessing us with Dr. Singh and her desire to pour your love on UIndy. In your precious name, Father, and in the name of Jesus I pray, amen.
A land acknowledgement is a formal statement that recognizes and respects indigenous peoples as traditional stewards of this land and the enduring relationship that exists between indigenous peoples and their traditional territories. To read the university's statement, I am pleased to invite Emma Moore, a senior studying exercise science, to the podium.
The University of Indianapolis acknowledges that we live, work, and learn on traditional homelands of the Miami, Shawnee, Peoria, Potawatomi, Kickapoo, and Delaware peoples. We recognize that we, as a community, are beneficiaries of the United States government's removal of these tribes from their homelands. Furthermore, we recognize that this land remains a significant part of the Miami, Shawnee, Peoria, Potawatomi, Kickapoo, and Delaware heritage landscapes today, and that we, as a campus community, will do our best to care for the land in a manner that honors their traditions. As a campus community, we commit to amplifying Indigenous voices and perspectives, developing relationships of mutual respect with tribal communities, educating ourselves and our students about historical and current injustices, recognizing and celebrating Indigenous people, their histories, and their contributions to society, and working to make our campus an inviting and supportive place for Indigenous faculty, staff, students, and community members. We encourage our students, faculty, staff, and campus community members to engage with Indigenous people and communities, learn the histories of the land and people, and reflect upon the importance this place holds to the Miami, Shawnee, Peoria, Potawatomi, Kickapoo, and Delaware peoples. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. Now, to officially welcome everyone to our investiture celebration, it's my pleasure to introduce the chair of the University of Indianapolis Board of Trustees, David Resnick.
Thank you, Chris. Members of the student body, members of the faculty and staff, distinguished guests, alumni, university and college delegates, colleagues from the Board of Trustees, and friends of the University of Indianapolis, it is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you to this momentous day in the history of our university, the inauguration and investiture of our 10th president, Dr. Tanuja Singh. Today's investiture ceremony is a celebration of recognition for what the university has meant to so many over its 122-year history. It's a celebration of academic life carried down through the many centuries prior to the life of Indiana Central College, Indiana Central University, and now the University of Indianapolis. Today is also a celebration of Dr. Tanuja Singh and the many gifts and talents she brings to this university. You have each honored us by your presence here today. And on behalf of the university, I want to thank you for your time and your effort joining us on this occasion. We look forward to celebrating this historic investiture ceremony with you today. Thanks.
Next, I would like to invite our 2023 Student Poet Laureate, Serenity Woodruff, to this podium to share a poem she wrote to honor this historic occasion.
A constant. How it tails us, how it rides and divides along our long trail, attaching itself to our divisive similarities, our days of minuses, our days of additions, of long, longed hours and lengthy packets of paper. A verve waving from the other side of the tall glass, asking to clear the streaks and see it for what it really is. A hub of glances at the future, which is a world entirely new. New rock from the old rock of creations, enriched with patterns that mimic our efforts of the present day. And contentment, which does not form contentment, at the proposed limit to our ambitions, to the abilities of ourselves, our pupils, our peers, as we all watch a silhouette of the same makeshift constellation, of which we keep our bare hands held out toward, whether leading or following, as we know we should know no limits to our proposed architecture or the scaffolding of our futures, our droplets of hydration and drought and the gaps of nature's needs, and we are standing at their doors, opening them ourselves, because as we realize ourselves to be the white columns of this new world, these new waves we row with our brilliant collective minds, we realize there are no injuries we cannot withstand, no hard fractures which linger, when we are constantly looking forward and looking forward together. Thank you.
Thank you, Serenity. That was beautiful. It is customary at investiture ceremonies to have greetings from the many constituencies that make up our University of Indianapolis community. Today, we are fortunate to have with us Mayor Joe Hogsett from the City of Indianapolis, Senator Cindy Carrasco from the Indiana State Senate and also University of Indianapolis' Vice President and General Counsel, Deborah Daniels, Vice Chair of the University Board of Trustees, Dr. Matt Redshaw, President of the Alumni Association, Dr. Joytika Saxena, President of the Faculty Senate, Brenda Bassi, one of the longest-serving staff members here at UIndy, and Stefano Ibarra Shishido, president of our Student Government Association, to share remarks on behalf of the communities that they represent.
Good afternoon. Dr. Singh, as a proud, lifelong United Methodist, it is an honor to represent the citizens of Indianapolis today. And I join them in congratulating you and the broader university community that you now lead. Thanks to the excellence of its scholarship, the effectiveness of its programs, and the talents of the entire UIndy community, the University of Indianapolis continues to serve as a positive force in our capital city. This institution has provided informed leadership, boundless energy, and creative ideas. Indianapolis has much to be grateful for in the good work that has been put forward over the decades by this university, which happily shares our city's great name. Our citizens join in thanking you for accepting the call to lead the university's efforts toward inspiring excellence in its people and excellence in its programs. We eagerly anticipate your progress as you continue to strengthen an independent and vigorous academy and further its service to the city it calls home. I am proud to now call you a fellow Hoosier, and I look forward to many years working together. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the state of Indiana, it is my pleasure to congratulate Dr. Tanuja Singh on becoming the 10th president of the University of Indianapolis. I have the distinct privilege of serving as the state senator for District 36, which includes our university. Dr. Singh has a vision for the future of our community and for the role the university can play as an anchor for economic development. Our shared goal to bring prosperity to this community, to this city, to our state, and beyond is inspiring new conversations that will bring new opportunities to all of our residents. Dr. Singh, Indiana needs vibrant leadership in our institutions of higher learning. There is a great need for talent development within our workforce. Your insight and experience in educating individuals at all stages of their careers will drive not only the future successes of our university, but that of our entire state. Thank you for the work you have already begun and for planning the work that lies ahead for the University of Indianapolis. My colleagues at the State House and I are ready and willing to assist you in this most important endeavor. Congratulations.
I'm honored today to represent our University of Indianapolis Board of Trustees. While the trustees bear the ultimate responsibility for the governance of the university, we labor in the confidence that this institution continues to call forth strong leadership. We're grateful for the active roles faculty and staff leaders assume in stewardship of the university's mission. We're also very proud of the ways that students and alumni leaders are taking initiatives that complement the shared goals of our strategic vision for the university. All of these factors suggest an academic community that is positioned to move forward in a collaborative way under new leadership. President Singh, the university's trustees selected you because we know you have a very clear vision for the future of higher education in general and for the University of Indianapolis in particular. Even more importantly, we recognize that you have the remarkable ability to turn vision into action. We're especially pleased that you're able to be student-focused while understanding the importance of creating partnerships with external constituencies. These are the leadership characteristics that will help the university move forward toward a successful future that will be of great benefits to our students, our city, our state, and our world. We pledge to you our support, and we join everyone here today in offering you our sincere congratulations.
I'm pleased to be here today as president of the university's Alumni Association, representing the 40,000 alumni of this great institution. Our alumni come from all 50 states, from scores of nations all over the world, and from every background and walk of life. But the one thing that we all have in common is those of us here today is a profound appreciation and love of this university, whether we know it best as Indiana Central or as the University of Indianapolis. President Singh, across the past century, the members of the Alumni Association have stood proudly in solidarity with their alma mater. At each university president has led the institution to new heights, as the value of their degrees has continued to grow along with the stature of the university. Today, we promise our support and look forward to working with you as you seek to move the institution forward in the years to come. Godspeed.
I'm honored to be asked to represent the faculty of the university on this occasion. The faculty stands as one in our commitment to teaching and learning, and see the endeavor as central to the accomplishment of the mission of the university. We honor the history and traditions of this institution of higher education and serve the students of today and tomorrow. Our nationally and internationally recognized scholars encourage student engagement in the production of knowledge, whether by seeking to better understand innovative teaching techniques, teaching critical thinking skills through the liberal arts, breaking new ground in science, or contributing to fields of applied professional practice. We are expanding the disciplines in which we teach. The faculty give our time to ensure curricula are sound, maintain high standards, and identify necessary resources to promote successful learning. Whether through our teaching or scholarship or our service, the members of the faculty are committed to building a community for the professional and personal development of our students. On behalf of the faculty of the university, it is my pleasure to welcome the 10th president of the University of Indianapolis, Dr. Tanuja Singh. Welcome.
Good afternoon. I am honored to represent the staff of the University of Indianapolis on this special day. The staff of this institution comprise a diverse core of dedicated professionals who labor at every level in every office to support and uphold the vision and mission of the institution. Our staff are dedicated to making a difference. We serve in varied roles, such as maintaining the beauty of our campus grounds and buildings, managing office environments, coaching, mentoring, and advising students, and planning and organizing numerous programs and events. Individually, our focus may be on the particular task of our varied roles, but as a group, our combined efforts help move the university forward day to day and year to year, and translate to the benefit of the university as a whole. We share a commitment to this university, coordinating and managing its resources, advancing its mission, and gladly serving its many constituents. We honor the commitment to excellence evidenced daily by our faculty, staff, and administration. President Singh, I know I speak for us all when I say that we welcome your leadership. We are honored to join you and serve in your vision as we move the university into the future. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. President Singh, I have the privilege of bringing you greetings on behalf of the diverse student body of the University of Indianapolis. Thanks to the strong leadership this institution has enjoyed over its first century, our student body has now grown to include more than 4,500 individuals from all over the country and around the world. Some of us are from Indianapolis, others are from India. Some are from California, some are from Peru. Many of us are undergraduates, many others belong to our thriving graduate community. We identify ourselves in multiple ways. We represent a range of disciplines, faith, traditions, cultures, and climates. Yet, all of us have been encouraged by the inspiring challenges that you have laid before us. On behalf of my fellow students, I assure you that we look forward to the academic challenges ahead as we prepare for rewarding lives and fulfilling careers. Today, as the university formally enters this new era, we anticipate a bright future as proud and as successful UIndy alumni. We look to you as you model the qualities of a successful leader, a scholar, and visionary. Congratulations, President Singh.
Thank you to everyone who brought these special greetings on this special occasion. We would now like to again welcome our talented student musicians and our Schola Vocal Ensemble to perform a special piece in honor of this celebration. We are fortunate to have a distinguished former colleague and friend of Dr. Singh's with us today to be our guest speaker. Dr. David Sommer is the Charles E. Cheever Chair of Risk Management at St. Mary's University. He has taught at the undergraduate, MBA, executive MBA, and PhD levels in the areas of corporate risk management and employee benefits. He has received a number of teaching honors, including the Terry College Teacher of the Year Award, the St. Mary's University Alumni Association Distinguished Faculty Award for Excellence in Teaching, the Greehey School of Business Outstanding Teaching Award, and the American Risk and Insurance Association Strickler Innovation and Instruction Award. Please help me welcome to the podium Dr. David Sommer.
Thank you, Provost Plouffe, for that introduction. Thank you, distinguished guests, for being part of this very important occasion. And thank you, Dr. Singh, and to the entire University of Indianapolis community for welcoming me so warmly to your beautiful campus and giving me the great honor of providing some words of introduction about my former dean, my friend, my role model, Dr. Tanuja Singh. So most of you here in the UIndy community have only known Dr. Singh for a short period of time, but I've had the privilege of knowing her for about 15 years. For 11 of those years, she was my boss. So I'm here today to give you the inside scoop on Tanuja Singh. Now, in case that makes her nervous, let me put her mind at ease by starting with my bottom line. You are incredibly, incredibly fortunate to have Tanuja Singh as the president of the University of Indianapolis. So I want to use this introduction to just try explaining a few of the reasons why that's the case. So as I said, Dr. Singh was my dean for 11 years at the Greehey School of Business at St. Mary's University in San Antonio. I've been working in academia for over 30 years. I've served under many deans. Most were good, a small number maybe not so good. A few were outstanding, and a couple even went on to be university presidents. But I'd only use the word extraordinary to describe one of them. And of course, that is Dr. Tanuja Singh. So what makes her extraordinary? I'll start with leadership. Tanuja is simply an amazing leader. I saw her leadership up close for those 11 years she served as my dean. There she led the faculty and staff with input from students, industry partners, benefactors, and others in developing a compelling vision for the future of the school and a plan for realizing that future. She got everyone associated with the school to rally around our vision. We all felt like we were on the same team, pulling in the same direction. I think we all worked harder than we had ever worked before, so be warned. But we did it because we were excited about where we were going and what we were accomplishing. And we all knew that none of us was ever working as hard as our dean. And the results were astonishing. Every year, we got better and better as a school. And every year, the morale of the faculty and staff also got better and better. No one felt alienated or left behind, which can so often happen when continuous change is occurring. Our progress and our ever-growing family spirit were due to Dr. Singh's leadership. Dr. Singh is what I describe as a confident and unselfish leader. She's always thinking about what's best for the institution. She doesn't care where great ideas come from and doesn't care who gets credit. In fact, she cultivates leadership in others and eagerly credits others for their contributions. She strives to build consensus. It's one of the reasons she was so beloved by the faculty and staff when she was dean at my school. None of us ever got everything we wanted, of course, but all of us always felt like our voices were heard. So with her as your new leader, you may wonder what drives Tanuja Singh. Why does she work so hard? And trust me, she works very, very hard. What's her North Star? Well, in my experience, the answer is clear, and that is student success. She has a deep respect for the transformational impact of higher education on the lives of students. So to my mind, she's always viewed every decision, evaluated every new or existing program or initiative through a singular lens. How will this impact the success of our students? Other things matter, of course, but it always seems to me that nothing takes precedent with Dr. Singh over student success. Another key thing you should understand about Tanuja Singh is that she's never satisfied with the status quo. She certainly appreciates the importance of tradition and holding fast to an institution's mission and core values, but she's never content to just leave things the way they are. She prizes innovation and creativity. She knows that you can always do better, and she's always looking for ways to help you do it. Next, although she's a very accessible leader, don't expect to always find Dr. Singh in the president's office. I know she will spend a substantial amount of time out and about on campus and in the broader community. And actually, if you follow her on LinkedIn, you might wonder if she's ever in her office. She's a relationship builder. She believes strongly in building partnerships with leaders from industry, nonprofits, and government, with alumni, and with current and potential supporters of the university. She did that at my school, and I know she's doing it here. She would only have taken this new role if she believed in the University of Indianapolis, and she will passionately spread the word about all the great things happening here and get others excited to be part of it. I'd be remiss if I didn't spend a little time talking about Tanuja Singh as a person. I hope I've made clear how much I respect and admire Dr. Singh as a leader, but I also deeply respect and admire Tanuja as a human being. Sure, she was my dean for 11 years, but she also became my dear friend. She made an effort to get to know all of her faculty and staff, and she truly cared about us as individuals. She treated us as professionals, but she also treated us as people. If you allow me to get a little personal for a moment, during pretty much the entire time Tanuja was my dean, my daughter Mary endured some terrible health problems, in frequent pain, suffered a great deal, shuttling from doctor to doctor, seeking answers and entering various treatment programs. So you can imagine how emotionally and even physically taxing that was on me as a parent. Well, Tanuja was always so incredibly compassionate to me throughout that experience, always inquiring about how Mary was doing, about how I was doing, asking if she could do anything to help. And I knew she meant it. Her genuine concern for me and for Mary, which continues to this day, has meant a great deal to me. And many other faculty and staff could tell similar stories about her. These stories demonstrate the kind of person Tanuja Singh is. Although she's tough as nails when necessary, she's also kind, compassionate, and caring. Well, you didn't come here today to listen to me talk, so let me sum up. What are you getting with Tanuja Singh as your president? You're getting an extraordinary, visionary leader. You're getting a leader of integrity. You're getting a leader who drives innovation and seeks continuous improvement. You're getting a president who is relentlessly focused on student success. You're getting the best advocate and cheerleader for the university that you could ever hope for. You're getting a passionate leader of unmatched work ethic, and you're getting a compassionate leader of unmatched heart. So I'm very pleased for Dr. Singh. I'm very pleased for the University of Indianapolis. With her as your leader, your future is very bright. So now it's time for the rite of investiture for the 10th president of the University of Indianapolis, Dr. Tanuja Singh. So I'd like to invite Board Chair David Resnick, Vice Chair Deborah Daniels, and Dr. Singh to come forward at this time.
In its 122-year history, the University of Indianapolis has installed a president on only 9 previous occasions, a fact that attests to the depth of commitment to the university that each of our leaders have demonstrated. All have been of resolute determination and uncommon energy. I'm happy to have the opportunity today to be a part of the rite of investiture for the institution's 10th president, who shares the inspiring qualities of leadership and vision of our past leaders. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the members of the Presidential Search Committee, especially UIndy Board of Trustee member and former board chair Steve Fry, who chaired our search process. The committee consisted of trustees, faculty, and students who conducted a very successful search that ultimately brought Dr. Singh to the University of Indianapolis. Dr. Singh, the Board of Trustees has chosen you as president of the University of Indianapolis. Yours will be the great privilege and responsibility of leading this university to fulfill its great promise. You have been chosen for your impressive leadership qualities, remarkable record of accomplishments, and outstanding communication skills. You are a visionary, dynamic, and experienced president, prepared to guide the university to the next level of excellence. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'm pleased to welcome you as the 10th president of the University of Indianapolis. I assure you of our confidence in you, and I pledge our support to you as you lead this university to new heights. And now, by virtue of the authority of the Board of Trustees of the University of Indianapolis, we place over your shoulders the medallion bearing the seal of the university, the symbol of the high office you now hold. I now present to you the university's friends and community, the 10th president of the University of Indianapolis, Dr. Tanuja Singh.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Summer, for your most kind introduction. I promise you I didn't pay him. I don't think I paid him enough when he was a faculty at St. Mary's University. I am incredibly honored by your remarks, grateful for your friendship. I know that you had to change some plans to be here today, and I am incredibly grateful that you did so. Thank you. Members of the University Board of Trustees, thank you. Board Chair, David Resnick. Board Vice Chair, Deborah Daniels. Appreciate your remarks and your presence here today. Attending today are a lot of my peers, presidents or their delegates from many universities. I know a little bit about your life, so I sincerely appreciate that you took the time to be present here today in this celebration. Distinguished leaders of the entire Indianapolis community, including Mayor Hogsett, who you just heard has officially now called me Hoosier twice. I believe I am now officially a Hoosier. I see so many familiar faces in the audience. I've come to know many of you personally. I'm grateful that you welcome me to this community. I'm really grateful that you have welcomed me to Indiana and Indianapolis. A wonderful, special, heartfelt thanks to our faculty, to our staff, to our students, to our administration, to this events team that has put this amazing week together, I am so grateful to you. Members of my family, my extended family, my adopted family, thank you all for being here. If you can't tell, my word today is gratitude. I'm grateful, I'm honored, I'm humbled, I'm excited, I'm thrilled, if it's possible to have all those emotions, that all of you, with your demanding and your full lives, are giving us the honor of celebrating this great university as it looks to a very bright and very promising future. That really all of you who are in this room are celebrating the impact of higher education that you see today. In one of the seminars I attended a while back, we were asked to imagine, if we had people we could call in the middle of the night, if we were in the midst of a major life crisis, if we were facing a big challenge or had a major opportunity. And we were asked if we had 5 such people in my life. Well, some of us got lucky. Sitting in my friends and family section, I see you here, are people who have not only taken those calls, they have lifted me up when I was doubtful. They have cheered me on when I was successful. They were my therapists, they were my confidants, they were my challengers, and they were my supporters. You have been part of this journey that brings me here today. And one of you, I have known practically all my life, my mom. Thank you for being my rock. I love you. And Dad, if you're watching, this is for you. What has brought me here today really is my firm belief that higher education, especially higher education, matters. It matters for the learners, it matters for a society, and it matters for the competitiveness of our great nation. And for me, this realization came early on. When I was a young and naive faculty, teaching amazingly smart, motivated, compassionate, caring students, they made me believe in a better future for this world. They still do. I'm still naive. I don't think I'm as that young anymore. And in this audience sits a former student who's now a dear friend. She knows I'm going to talk about it, so it's okay. She took a few undergraduate classes with me. Some of you heard the story at lunch today. I became a sort of mentor to her. She was one of the funniest, one of the most compassionate, one of the most intelligent, dedicated, driven people. So after her undergraduate degree, she got a great job. And then she decided she, of course, had to get a master's. Applied to every single program, got into every single one of them. And of course, she was talking to me about where she should go, and she had gotten into that, little-known school called the University of Chicago. So I pushed her, as she claims, to go to the University of Chicago. Well, a few months into her journey to the University of Chicago, I got a call, 9 o'clock at night. I still remember. She wasn't happy with me. Because of all the places she could have gone and sailed through, I made sure she went to the University of Chicago. She was working on a statistics problem. It was late. She was frustrated. So we talked about life. We talked about MBA. We talked about a bunch of stuff, and eventually about her statistics problem, which of course she solved on her own. She went on then to be, after finishing her MBA, to become she got another master's, then she got a doctorate. and now runs a very successful business in Chicago, has an amazing impact on the community she serves, and we have remained friends all these years. So thank you, Dr. Laura Sanchez Greenberg, who's sitting there, for having the kind of impact you had on my life as an educator, the kind that exemplifies this power of higher education. The main reason I share this story today is because very early on, as a young, naive faculty, I was trying to find my calling, my purpose. And I realized that I loved higher ed. But I also noticed that I was able to translate this into words that others understood. Equally important, I think I was able to connect the classroom to the real world and bring the real world into the classrooms. I worked very closely with companies, with government, with not-for-profits, and asked them, what are you looking for in our students? I really learned that I could be a boundary spanner, that I could talk the language of higher education with people who hired our graduates, who too cared about investing in higher education. And I loved the fact that students came to me when they were talking about their careers. I loved the fact that they talked to me about their careers and a lot more often about life. I love that companies talked to me when they wanted to hire people. And over the years, I was convinced that this passion I had, actually had a purpose. So in my various leadership roles, I found that I was often the only woman in the room. I was often the only brown woman in the room. I was also often the only 5'2.5" woman in the room. And I have made that part of making sure that others follow me, who look like me, who talk like me, that they too consider this as a potential path for them. I accepted this absolutely amazing opportunity to serve as the president of the University of Indianapolis because it is the perfect place to see the power of higher education. Our 5,000 students, many of them first in their family to go to college, come from many walks of life. They come from this country, they come from around the world. They have come from families that had never dreamt of going to college. And they study stuff that matters to the city. It matters to the state. It matters to this country. They work as nurses, physical therapists, engineers, doctors, investment bankers, artists, marketers, financial experts, educators, policymakers, TV anchors, musicians, clinical psychologists, forensic psychologists, historians, and scientists. And UIndy helps them translate this knowledge into actual translatable skills. UIndy empowers them with not just skills in a classroom, but helps them prepare for life skills. Well, why am I telling you this? When I talk to leaders in the city, many of them are in this room today. It is clear that they need this talent to help grow this city. They need this talent to help grow the state, and they need this talent to help grow this country. And we are incredibly proud that we do that. We are very proud of the fact that we carry the name of this great city. We are the University of Indianapolis. But we must also promise to be a university for Indianapolis. Our graduates fill roles, big and small, making our city an attractive place to learn, to live, to work, to play. And if I may borrow a line from Kurt Vonnegut, another person from Indianapolis, I don't know what it is about greyhounds, but wherever you go, there's always a greyhound doing something very important. Over 60% of our alumni live in central Indiana, contributing to the economic, the social, the cultural fabric of our city and state. They sit in C-suites, companies like Lilly and Ernst & Young and Franciscan and Community Health. They serve on boards of organizations like the Indy Chamber. They start their own businesses. They're government leaders. They build stuff. They provide healthcare. They provide education. They're involved in bringing world-class events to the city. They do these things because we, the University of Indianapolis, we prepare them for the world that they're entering, a world that we know is rapidly changing. And we need to prepare them for this world that they are going to enter. Some of you might follow the World Economic Forum. 44% of the skills today that are currently prized are not going to be relevant anymore in the next 5 years. We are talking about artificial intelligence today. It might be something else tomorrow. As the world evolves, we have to evolve with it, but we have to remember that the fundamental skills that the world is looking for, the skills that require analytical thinking, complex problem solving, creative thinking, skills that are fundamental to a liberal arts education, those are not changing. In fact, they are even more important today than they were before. It was only a few years ago, people like me went to university, studied for 4, 5, 6 years, had a 40-year career, and then retired. Today, as we know, learning is continuous, and it's evolving, and it requires us to be flexible. We really cannot be an ivory tower. We have to learn to live in glass houses and let the windows open. And as a university for Indianapolis, we want to be the institution that people think of when they want to recharge a career, when they want to reinvent a career, when they want to restart a career. And we will be the university of choice for those people who want to engage in lifelong learning, whether they want to learn with us for 4 years, 4 months, 4 weeks, or somewhere in between. So we are the University of Indianapolis. We must be a university for Indianapolis, and we must be a university with Indianapolis. I've met business and community leaders who tell us that these partnerships between government and higher education, for the state, for the city, for the region, they are absolutely critical if we want to develop and retain talent in this great state. So we will work together to accomplish goals like growing the number of Hoosiers with a bachelor's degree or high-quality credential by 70%. We will work together to double the number of STEM graduates and credentialing opportunities for STEM with the city and with the government and with the state. Goals like making sure that education is accessible to those who cannot afford it, making sure that college is not a dream, but a reality. And as a university in Indianapolis, we must also promise to be the university that is truly of Indianapolis. We claim our name. Indianapolis is truly in our DNA. We are very proud of the fact that 30% of our students are first in their family to go to college. We are committed to making higher education possible and accessible to them, because for this group of people and for every student, higher education is not just life-changing, it is life-defining. As the University of Indianapolis, we must make a commitment to the south side of Indianapolis. We should be the change maker to bring affordable housing, green spaces, community engagement spaces, and more. We have to call for improved infrastructure and expanded opportunities for our residents. We, as the University of Indianapolis, are able and willing and ready to partner with anyone who wants to join in this goal. And yes, we are the University of Indianapolis, but we are very connected to the world. Investments into the city are coming from around the world. Investments into the state are coming from around the world. Our student body and our faculty body and staff body has people from 80 countries around the world. And expanding our footprint is an important part, not only of UIndy's dream, UIndy's growth, but indeed the growth of this great state. But ultimately, we know that in order for us to be successful, our value proposition has to resonate with society. It has to resonate with you. To that end, we are committed to being a modern university that offers relevant education, an education that evolves around the needs of the learner. We are committed to being a locally rooted university with a global reach. We are committed to partnering with all those who believe in the promise of higher education. So today, as we celebrate this new chapter in the life of this great university, which started in 1902 as Indiana Central College, we proudly embrace our role as the University of Indianapolis, in Indianapolis, for Indianapolis, and with Indianapolis as we connect to the world. And I invite all of you in this room and those beyond to partner with us. I can't wait to see what all of us accomplish together. Thank you.
Thank you, President Singh, for those inspiring words, and let me offer my own congratulations on this role. Following this recessional, the Student Leadership and Activities Board will be hosting a reception in the Schweitzer Student Center for all of our guests today. We do ask that you please remain in your seats until the platform party and faculty have exited. Will you please now rise, if you're able, for the singing of the alma mater by Dr. Mitzi Westra. Then, please remain standing until the conclusion of the benediction, which will be offered by Reverend Dr. Elise Fulbright, our conference superintendent for United Methodist Church.
Trimble and the United Methodists who claim University of Indianapolis as their home, congratulations. Friends, let us center our hearts as we receive this sending forward. To the God of many names, we give you thanks for this day of celebration that formally welcomes and installs President Dr. Tanuja Singh to the University of Indianapolis. May you continue to shower your blessings upon our president as she leads us into the new vision and the bright future for the University of Indianapolis being the institution of choice. May the Greyhound family, the students, staff, faculty, board members, and supporters take the inspiration we have experienced today to be the change agents who radiate light and love that extends around the globe. Holy One, as we leave this place as your beloved, may we go in the gift of your peace, in love and in unity with one another, always and forevermore. Amen.